Well, our growth and transformation plan is intended to maintain the double-digit growth rates that we have achieved over the past 7 years and create structural transformation of our economy. We intend to invest a lot in infrastructure, in transport, roads, modern railway system, and power, telecommunications, water supply systems. We also intend to invest a lot in education, not just primary education, but also technical and vocational training, tertiary educations to create properly skilled manpower. And through investment in infrastructure and education, we hope to create a very good environment for investment in our country. We also plan to overhaul our agricultural sector. It's dominated by the small peasant sector. We want that to be more productive and linked to the global market. So commercialization of small-scale farming is a key aspect of our plan. We also plan to encourage private sector investment in horticulture sector, in flowers, vegetables and fruits. And in areas of our country where we have large unutilized land, we plan to promote large-scale private investment in agriculture, what we call estate farming. So by combining all these three elements of agricultural development and investment in infrastructure and education, we hope to change the structure of our economy and maintain the fast growth rate in the country. That's the essence of our growth and transformation plan. Well, in terms of energy, our plan is to generate all of our electricity from renewable sources. The country has a plan to grow in an environmentally responsible fashion, and therefore we are one of a few, perhaps a handful of countries that have set the target of zero net carbon emissions by 2025. As part of that approach, we want to generate all of our electricity from renewable sources. We have big hydropower potential in the country. We have significant solar, wind and geothermal potential. We have sugar estates from which we also hope to generate some electricity. And by combining all of these sources of renewable energy, we plan to have universal access to electricity, not just in the towns, but also in the rural areas, and export some electricity to our neighbors who do not have a similar capacity, to similar potential to generate electricity from renewable sources. Given the resource endowment in Ethiopia, the main source of electricity is bound to be hydropower, and in that context we have ambitious plans, including the construction of what we now call the Millennium Dam. It's a huge dam which will be generating about 5,250 megawatts. That will be the main project for the next 5 years, but there will be a number of hydropower, wind and geothermal projects in the country. In the energy sector, we would wish to welcome partners in the civil construction, part of the hydropower dams, in electromechanical and hydromechanical parts of the dams. They could participate on a fully foreign-owned basis or in partnership with local companies. Naturally, we prefer partnerships between foreign companies and local companies to transfer technology. We seek partnerships in wind turbine production in the country, generation of electricity from wind in the country, also in the geothermal area. We very much welcome investment in sugar plantations which in addition to producing sugar and biofuels, would also help us in generating electricity from bagasse, from the sugar. And so we are eager to attract investment in all areas related to the generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity in the country. Well, in agriculture, as I said, the key areas will be the improvement of productivity of small-scale farmers and their commercialization. In terms of private sector investment, we would like to have investment in two specific areas. In the highland area of Ethiopia, the potential for growing extraordinarily beautiful roses is big. The roses that we grow here compare favorably with the best in the world, those of Colombia, for example. And so we seek investment in horticulture, flowers, fruits and vegetables in the highland parts of our country. We also seek investment in large-scale farming. We have large tracts of unutilized land in the lowlands of our country, particularly towards the west of the country. And we're seeking investment in large-scale farming, whether it is in palm oil production or rubber production or cotton production or sugar production. We have, over the recent past, been quite successful in attracting investment into these two areas. In the horticulture sector, we have attracted a lot of investment from Europe, particularly Holland, some from Israel, a few from France and Italy, and some from India. In the large-scale farming sector, we have been successful in attracting investment from the Arabian Gulf, from India, and one or two from China. So we feel that there is a lot of opportunity for investment in both these sectors. In terms of transportation, we want to expand the road network in the country to link up every part of our country, to make sure that all the rural areas, all our villages have always the roads, and that we have adequate access to the main ports that the economy uses. And so we will maintain our aggressive investment in road construction. At the same time, we, in the growth and transformation plan, the next 5-year plan, we have decided to establish a new modern rail network, electrified rail network. Initially, we intend to build some between 2 and 2,500 kilometers of such standard gauge railway system, linking us with main ports and linking the major parts of the country with each other. We are going to support investment in the air transport sector. The Ethiopian Airlines, which is an internationally recognized airlines in Africa, intends to massively expand its fleet and transport hubs. We are also planning to expand the capacity of our shipping lines. And so we want to invest in sea, air, and land transport across the sector. And here again, we seek partnership with foreign companies. We have excellent access to ports, in particular the port of Djibouti. The new railway line, we will have one major line from Addis to Djibouti. The Djibouti authorities are planning to build another port